Hi guys, welcome back to Kpop Talks. Today we're doing our monthly best and worst K-pop songs of the month. Today, and with this video specifically, I'm gonna talk about what I consider to be the best songs of May 2023. I thought overall it was a pretty good month. A lot of variety, a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of big comebacks, and I don't think I really want to waste so much time with an intro. So let's get right into the video. First, we have aespa with Spicy. I really like this style of music by aespa. I think it really works for them. I think they found a small niche where they make solid music. They have a very interesting concept. And I think on top of that, specifically, I think they are able to really reinvent themselves in a way that I think fits their image a little bit more. I felt that that futuristic type of hyperpop they were trying to do didn't really fit with them very well. It wasn't bad, but I don't think it was amazing. There was some really good, interesting stuff. But with Spicy specifically, I think this is where you can truly see them at their best. And this is when I think normally they make the best music in general. Next we have One Us with Erase Me. As always, One Us comes back with always very interesting singles. I like this one. It's fun. I love it. It's very catchy for me personally. It's nothing super impressive from One Us. I've heard better from them. But it's a good song. The last two comebacks I would say from them I wasn't a huge fan of, but this is right behind what I normally like to listen to from them and from other boy groups as well. So I enjoyed it. It was a quality song overall. And can't say unfortunately the same about the album, which I mean it's a spoiler, will be in the worst albums of May 2023. Next we have B2B with Wish and Wind, or Wind and Wish. Interesting comic by B2B, you know, it's interesting to see them kind of do a fusion of more modern K-pop and still their classic K-pop style that made them popular originally when they debuted. It's fun, the vocals are always incredible, the production is relatively enjoyable, I'd say, for me personally, and the chorus is very cool. So again, you know what you're gonna get from B2B. You get it every time. It's solid music with solid performances, with great performances a lot of times, and they just do what they do normally, which is bring you quality music, quality albums, go on tour, do other things, and then come and after I don't know 6 months and do it again. So I like it. I'm a huge fan of B2B personally. I've been a fan of them since they debuted. So for me, you know, I'm a little bit more biased, so I'll enjoy more stuff from them than normally from other groups, but this is one of the best songs in my opinion of May 2023. Next is the Seraphim with Unforgiven. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard this song the first time I thought, yeah, I mean it's cool, whatever, but honestly it's been in my head and in my rotation throughout the month. I've listened to this song a lot. I like it, it's fun, it's aggressive. I mean, Les Seraphim I think makes overall good music. They know that. They already have a very distinctive style. I don't expect them to really do anything innovative or interesting like an ITZY, let's say, who at least will try to take some sort of risks aesthetically and musically that sometimes their fans are not gonna like. The Seraphim does this style, they do it well, they perform it well. Obviously the numbers and the sales are there, so people are gonna follow them and keep doing that, and I like it as this song specifically. But as I say, normally, if you know my style of videos, I like it when artists try different things and they actually put in the work to make different style of music every time and not just stuck to that. But it's better to be really good at one thing than to be mediocre at a lot of things. Next we have Bango Jungkook with Ride or Die. I think this is one of the best singles he's released, you know, since he has tried to do a lot of more pop music and a lot of collaboration with more pop artists. I think this song is actually quality. I love the production, I love his vocals here are very, very good. He still has that arrogance and that attitude and that charisma that I think carries him a lot through songs. But his production choice has gotten better, not only through this song but also through the album that he ended up releasing with this single, showcasing a maturity, showcasing a growth that I think from maybe expected a little bit earlier in his career than now. Let me get this up a little bit. Maybe earlier, but you know, better late than never, right? Maybe now he, after a little bit, found out what he likes to do, what he doesn't like to do, found the right producer, the right people to work with, and I think you can hear it. You can hear a higher quality of music overall from him than in previous albums and in previous singles that he released in the last year and a half, specifically from 2021 onwards. Next we have Cold with Heartbreak Club featuring Lee Chang-yok from Akmu. This might be the best song Cold has released on his latest project. Honestly, it's so good. The production is perfect. The feature of Lee Chang-yok is amazing. They have a great chemistry on the song. I love the vibes. I love the lyrics. I mean, this is a really good song by Cold. He got everything right on it. It was very, very hard, I think, to do everything right on a song, and he did it. So give him credit in that sense, because I didn't expect it, but he did. And you can hear that through the album, even in the songs that maybe I'm not as a big fan of, as much as a big fan I am of this song. But it works, and you can hear it, and I love it. It's really, really good. One of the best tracks of the month, maybe the best. So next we have the Vita with Ride For Me featuring Dawn. A really good song by them. I mean, again, another change of style from the Vita. She did her amazing music last year, which she released one of my favorite albums, and she released another project and other music that I really enjoy, and it's completely different. You know, so she showcased ability to do different things. Dawn is back, actually making really good raps, sounding good on a track, you know. Uh, and actually making really, really good music. You know, I like to compare to the fact that Dawn to me is like when when he was in a relationship with Yona, it's like he was Lil Wayne. It was similar when Lil Wayne was rapping when he was doing a lot of drugs. You can hear it in his music that he wasn't really doing it correctly. He was sloppish on tracks. He wasn't singing correctly. He wasn't really saying anything meaningful. But as soon as he breaks up with her, his music gets 1,000 times better. I always find that to be very interesting, and it's kind of fun, similar to when Lil Wayne stopped doing hard drugs, and you would hear his music and be like, man, this is a completely different artist. So again, I enjoyed it. I think from the Vita, this is what I like. She has a lot of I have a huge respect for her to do this type of things, and you know, it could be scary, but she does it well, so give props to her. And next we have Milena with Dancing on the Table. This is just an amazing vocal performance by Milena. I love it. It's not for everybody, but I love how simple it is. It's melancholic, it's sad, it's tragic, but it works very well, and I think it's a song that might introduce you to her entire discography as I did, and maybe you'll like her as much as I did. Next we have Tempest with Freak Show. This is just a very fun song from Tempest. I like the vibes, the production, the chorus is really fun, it's enjoyable, it's easy to the ears, there isn't much effects on it, the vocals are solid, the rapping is fun. It's just a very fun song from Tempest, and they were one of my they were one of the groups that last year really started well and then had a really bad second half, in my opinion. So then, if you look at the start of the year, they didn't start particularly good again, and now they released a song that I enjoy, and I'm happy because I think they have incredible potential to be one of the best groups of the generation. It's just that I feel like their company sometimes make wrong decisions when it comes to the production style or the concept style they want to go in specific comebacks, in my opinion. But that's the way I see it. Next we have Kraxi with No Limit. One of the best rapping idol performances I've heard probably ever. I can't think of the last time I've heard a rapping performance from an idol being this good, this personal, this aggressive, this actual high skill ability in terms of rapping, in terms of flows, charisma, cadence and everything. So it's super nice to see. Loved it, every minute of it. It's one of these songs that hopefully will introduce you to the entire world that Kraxi is, because they're one of the most underrated groups of the generation. They remind me of La Boomy, second generation, really. If you think about third, I mean, who really wasn't in third? Was there a group that was that underrated in third generation? Can't think of it right now, but there probably is somebody like that. So there's always a group in every generation that's hyper underrated, and I feel like in fourth generation it's Kraxi, 100%. Next we have Mirani featuring Bad Naughty with Bad Boy. One of the best songs she has probably ever released recently. Great vocals, super simple production, hard bass, good feature by Big Naughty. Also, she's experimenting more with vocals aspect of her music, not just rapping in recent times. She's kind of moving on only from just doing straight up hip hop, which I don't think it's a bad thing. But I think she has the ability of doing both. So, why not? Hopefully, she's actually becomes good at it. And I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is one of her best singles. It's definitely the best song on the album, 100%. So yeah, I really love it. And Big Naughty finally brings a feature that is a little bit different than the stuff that he's been doing in recent times, which can come off as a little bit pretentious. To see him actually be coming back and making Shut Up Fire again, like we've known him when he joined Higher Music originally and stuff like that. It's cool to see, and I think it's also for him specifically, and hopefully a breath of fresh air after his more experimental phase, which he's gonna go back to eventually because he's a little bit of that edgy artist that it's fine. But again, I think he underestimates how good of a rapper he can be and as a hip hop artist, he can be when he really puts his head into it. And next we have Moonchild with Photogenic, another banger by Moonchild. A group that for me it's a love and hate relationship because some of their songs I love, some of the songs I just hate, others I just don't feel like it's them, others I just feel like they're super interesting. They are a very interesting group, like they can be very coin flippy in that sense. But I really like this song. It's fun, it's arrogant, it's very in your face. It has personality, and it's actually really fun to listen to. Production wise, it's cool. The chorus really works, and overall, the song and the way the songs goes between verses is actually very enjoyable. So, great jobs to them. Great jobs to the producer who finally understand. And I think hopefully they'll understand how good they really are, and they'll actually go towards this style more, because they've tried other things, and I don't think them really necessarily trend chasing as much in terms of sound really is a benefit to them and their style. And next we have ESO with Salad Days. So this might be my favorite song of the month. Like I've been listening to this song non-stop. I love it. I love this drum and bass production, this very European style inspired production by her. Her vocals are great. The chorus is fun. I love the chopping that happens in the chorus. I love the way it's mixed. It's such a fun song to listen to. It's an artist I don't know about, and a lot of people don't know about ESO because when I go to her Spotify, even now, I went to her Spotify recently, and I remember thinking like nobody knows what this girl is, but she's fucking fantastic. Go check her out because her music is great, and hopefully you become a fan like I did because she could be a rising star in the future. I think she has the potential to really do that because she has that it factor. I can just sense it, Like if I had to put my producer hat on, if I had a label and I want an up and coming artist to push, Izo will be the one I would do it. I do that similar to what I did with Sogum 3 years ago, for example. The exact same thing. And next we have Atabo with Next to Me. Now, if you know me, probably you're surprised Atabo is in this, but this is a really phenomenal song. It's one of those more bright, boyish group type of songs that I really love. Happy-go-lucky, great production, super good vocals. The chorus is very enjoyable. It has the right elements that I think when they're done well and they're not overdone, they just work. And I think there's a great example of how to do it in 2023 in a way that it doesn't come off as corny. It clearly has an audience for it, even myself, and it's actually a very enjoyable track. So I think it's fun. I think it's great to see groups do that, and specifically when they actually understand who they really are and they don't necessarily force an image of themselves that doesn't really translate well. Because if you don't like what you're doing or if you're not 100% behind it, I think it affects the performance a lot. Next we have Weinstein with Apocalypse. I mean, so when Weinstein sings, we all praise him, rightfully so, but I don't think we praise him enough when he raps because he's a really fucking phenomenal rapper. I mean, he got popular originally because of Show Me the Money, and he's that good at rapping when he wants to. He has incredible flow. He has a very personal flow. If I had to give examples, maybe in America, the closest thing I could think of is Jid, maybe some sort of a super early Mac Miller. I really enjoy his flows a lot. I enjoy his vocals, obviously, but his lyrics are also really good, and his production choice is fantastic. So he's an artist at a 360 degrees. Really, they're rare breeds, and Korea really has one in them, which is they really have one, which is obviously Weinstein. And hopefully through the years he'll get more and more popular because he's that good, in my opinion. It would be sad if he would just be known when he collabs with very popular artists. I think that'd be kind of sad to me if that happened. So normally when J Park makes these type of songs, I clown him, but Candy is a great example that when J Park wants to do things, even if they're a little bit outside of his comfort zone, he always does an amazing job. Performance was amazing. The chorus is great. His vocals are good. He's not trying to be J Park. He's not trying to clean his image to sell more advertisement. It's clear that he's doing it for fun, and I'm happy that he brought Zanti back from the dead, from his cave, and brought him back to the world because he's an amazing artist. It's a fun song. That's all to be said. J Park tried that this year and last year. I don't think he did it as well as he could have, and I think this song culminates the work that he's been putting to actually be able to make this music good. He's obviously trying to be JYP. I know he's not gonna like it if he ever saw this video, that he's trying to be a little bit JYP with, and a little bit of Psy with him having famous idols as the female lead that dances with him. Like, he has that element into him. He respects JYP even though they had beef in the past. So, I like that about him. He's able to look at somebody and say, I have a lot to learn from them, even if I don't like them or they fucked with my career at one point. But the song is good, and that's the only thing that matters. Obviously, Zion T was amazing. Let's not even talk about the obvious. And next we have Ash Island with Rosie in the art. Ash Island is an artist that I've criticized a lot the last couple of years because he can be very inconsistent. Sometimes he can drop you amazing songs, sometimes he can drop you very mediocre stuff. But this is a great example to me that when Ash Island really puts his mind to it, he's one of the most interesting artists in Korea. Love the vibes, love the vocals, the production choice was fantastic, and the chorus is extremely memorable. I love this kind of like more laid back pop style that he's trying to do. He's not trying to train trades with pop punk as much anymore. He's not trying to be super flashy, collaborating with really big artists. He's just doing his own thing, and in doing that, I think he's building a fantastic catalog in the last 6 to 8 months. So congrats to Ash, because he has improved objectively a lot. And even if you want to be a hater or somebody says he's not that good, I would just tell you straight up lying at this point, honestly. And next we have Giselle featuring Gemini with Enemy. I can't chill. And next we have Giselle featuring Gemini with Enemy. One of the best collaboration songs of the year, in my opinion. I really love the collaboration. I really love the vibes. The MV is good, but what's most important, the song is fantastic, and that chorus is extremely memorable. Both her and Gemini fit perfectly, and the song just is one of the most fun duo. One of the most fun. That's not how English works. One of the most memorable collaboration songs of 2023. That's the only thing I really have to say. I don't want to spoil too much, because to me this is a truly, as an experience, it's better to listen to it than to me explain it, because there isn't really much to listen to explain, since if you heard Giselle's music, you already like her style, and if you heard Gemini, you really enjoyed it. And I don't think maybe people expected they would work as well as they did, but they did. So congrats to them. Next we have CK and Aon with Crash Mercedes. I like this type of music. I think if it's done well, it's cool. The production is simple. It's a production I'm pretty sure they copied from somewhere, because I've heard that type of production a million times. The flows are good. The attitude is there. Like I said, I can take it when it's a song or 2 or 3. I can't take it if it's 10 on an album. Then I think we're gonna have a problem. But for this one, it works. It's one of the more coherent songs in terms of lyricism and writing. Compared to a lot of stuff they released in recent days, since it's the end of May and start of June, they released a lot of songs like that. So it's a solid track. Congrats to them. I'm happy they're happy because they're now under the same label. So I expect them to drop a lot of music, because Han was joined Higher Music, did something at first, and disappeared for 2 years. I overall don't think that's acceptable, in my opinion. Like, I know that's not a popular thing to say also as an inspired artist, the idea that you sign with a label, you have some sort of obligations, you don't even make music. I kind of have an issue with that. That's me. But yeah, I mean, the song is obviously enjoyable. Hopefully Aon will give us some really good music, because he's that talented. He people forget it. He was one of the young prodigies of Korea in terms of rapping, and somewhere down the line he just kind of lost himself in a way, not necessarily as a person, but as an artist. Things can happen when you're young. We're all lost in our life. If I'm lost, if you're lost watching this video, we're all lost. Why wouldn't Aon be lost from artistically as well? It's just the way life is. I forgot to add the new Sakurazaka song, Start Over. Really good song, probably one of their best releases since Nagaredama, and I really love the vibe. It's super fun, different if you don't normally listen to K-pop, and I really fuck with it. And I really like the chorus, and the production is great. One of the most fun songs I've heard all month. And this is it for the best songs of May 2023. Maybe people expected more, but honestly I think there was a lot of variety, and I think considering how the for me at least, April ended and May started. I wasn't like, oh my god, blown away. There was some good big comebacks like aespa. We talk about Les Seraphim, 17, which are gonna be in the worst songs of the month. But overall, I thought it was a very good month. Enjoyable tracks, fun stuff to listen to, and this is the type of mood ready for the summer. You know, normally summer music can be very hit or miss in K-pop, but even stuff that I didn't put, like a Card, for example, or you know, there was a Horizon song that just dropped or whatever. Even though I'm not AB6, there's songs that I enjoy, but they're not the best songs of the month. But the fact that there's a lot of songs to be able to be enjoyed objectively from the genre, it's actually a good sign going into June, July, August, where you're gonna hear a lot of tropical sound music, a lot of I would be surprised if we start hearing more reggaeton, if we start hearing more stuff like that in K-pop, honestly, because it's bound to happen considering how big that genre is. I'm surprised it still didn't happen as much as is in the past. So this is it for the video of the best K-pop songs of 2023. Tell me, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what were your favorite and your least favorite songs of May, and let us know in the comments. Discuss about it, have fun, don't take it too seriously, it's just music. And see you with the next video, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna drop in the next couple of days. Hopefully I remember and I don't forget, because I'm very forgetful.